Welcome back to Digital Marketing by Gina. My name is Gina Wasentowicz, and I'm a digital marketing strategist that's here to help you with your digital marketing strategy for 2020. First off, I wanted to say a quick thank you to all of you who've been submitting your questions to me via social media and in the comments. A lot of these have come from a previous video I did called How to Get a Digital Marketing Job with No Experience. And I have been loving your response to that video. So thank you so much for the support, for the kind words, and I'm glad that that video has been so helpful to so many. Today's video is a follow-up to that on the number one question that I have been receiving from all of you regarding your digital marketing job applications. So I really wanted to take time because a lot of you are making the same mistake, and it pains me when you send me your resumes and I see this mistake over and over. So today we are getting into the number one mistake you're making on your digital marketing resume. Jumping right in. I know it can be overwhelming applying for jobs. It can be deflating, it can be disappointing, you can have imposter syndrome. There's so many different feelings when you're doing the dreaded application process, especially right now where some of you may have been impacted by COVID-19. So I really wanted to give this piece of advice. When you are applying for a digital marketing job, even more important than standard resume applications, you always need to customize that resume for the specific job you're applying for. Let me say that again. You must always customize your resume for the specific job application. Why is that? With digital marketing, every job is a little bit different. So entry-level job applications to expert, very specialized job applications, there is never going to be a company that is asking for two identical things. With digital marketing, because there's so many different disciplines, you're going to see that when you look at the assortment of job applications. So some companies might be looking for someone that's stronger with email marketing and social media. Then another company might be looking for someone a little bit more technical. Maybe they know HTML and CSS. They're looking for an SEO expert. Then someone might be looking for a digital marketer to help them find new customers. So they're really focused on the advertising side. So PPC ads on Google Ads, Facebook and Instagram ads, on that kind of customer building funnel. There's so many different disciplines and there's so many different skills. So if you take your generic resume and you start applying for jobs across the board and kind of just throwing it out there without customizing it, you're going to get a 0% chance of getting an interview, because it's very easy as the digital marketer on the other side of the hiring process to see that you haven't put any effort in. And at times when I've read resumes like this, I've thought maybe they didn't even read the job posting. So if I take the time to come up with a job posting and I'm looking for someone that's really strong with Photoshop because I'm looking for graphic design help for my email marketing headers, my social media, then I'm also looking for someone that's experienced with MailChimp, going to be having some experience with email marketing, as well as someone with social media experience. And you send me a resume and you say, I've done Google Ads, SEO, social media. I'm thinking you haven't really taken the time to tell me exactly how you fit this posting. That's why it's so important in digital marketing, because there's so much. There is too many different things you could mention in your resume that you really need to cater it down to what that company is looking for. What are they most in need of? What are those skills? They put it in the posting. So you have that great insight where you can customize and say, okay, you're looking for someone with experience doing Facebook ads. Okay, let me tell you about my experiences doing Facebook ads, and you can get really, really specific. So it goes from having your resume and having a generic line of managed 10 Facebook ad accounts to then saying, I increased revenue 10% for this company that I ran their Facebook ad accounts. I increased the ROI of the Facebook ad campaign by 230%. You can get really data driven, and having those specific data metrics in your resume actually adds a lot of credibility. So it's an opportunity for you to be more credible, prove your worth in a really easy way. And I know people have been messaging me and saying, I don't have that much experience, But there's a lot of ways that you can apply that critical thinking onto a resume, even if you don't have much experience. Now, how do you do that? In your cover letter. I know it's not as easy to do it in a resume because a resume is so focused on your past, but your cover letter, this is a huge opportunity to make sure you tell them your ideas, your critical thinking that you've applied. There's a lot of you out there who've said, I've taken these courses and have a lot of credentials. Show these credentials. Go and do some digging. Let's say if you did a Google Ads certification and you're applying for a job that's looking for someone that's strong with Google Ads or has experience with Google Ads. Maybe you've never actually managed a Google Ad account. That's okay. You can go and look into what this company is doing on Google Ads. You can go to their website and then you can see, do you get any retargeting Google Ads after visiting their website? A great tool to use for some of the sneaky analysis is actually called SpyFu. This is probably one of my favorites. I use it a lot for competitor analysis, but it's really helpful in this case. You can take that company that you're applying for their job, take the URL and put it into SpyFu. Then it's going to show you some recommendations on what they're doing with their advertising. So you can see their approximated organic traffic that is coming into their site. You can see an estimate of how much they're spending on Google Ads each month. This isn't always 100% accurate, but it does give us a little bit of insight. You can see what keywords they're bidding on. Are they doing display ads? What is some of their ad strategy? You can get that insight in SpyFu and then comment on that in your cover letter. You can say, I noticed that you're not doing any retargeting, and based on the keywords you're bidding on in Google Ads, it seems you're very focused on the top of the funnel. But if you're not doing any retargeting, you're really missing out on opportunities to close those customers you've then got into the funnel. You can say that in your cover letter and it adds so much credibility. It shows your skills, it shows your critical thinking, and it really positions you in a much different caliber than other people that aren't even customizing their resume. So remember, you need to always customize your resume for every single job you apply for. Especially if you don't have that much experience in digital marketing, make sure you also utilize the cover letter as an opportunity to show your critical thinking, your research, and your analysis into what they're currently doing so you can comment on it. So even if you don't have that much experience, you can still shine through the cover letter. I know it's a lot of work, and that's why one of the things that I would definitely recommend is if you're looking at different job opportunities, instead of taking time to apply for 20 different postings with the same generic resume and cover letter, I would choose more around 5 to 7 that you take the time to research. Take time to really conduct smart research so you can stand out from the competitors when you apply. This will give you a huge competitive advantage and is a much higher rate of getting you in that interview spot. I hope that was helpful. If you have any follow-up questions from this video, please leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to answer your question. But if you would rather reach out to me on social media, feel free to reach out on Instagram or LinkedIn, wherever you feel more comfortable and you utilize that platform more. And I'll be sure to give you some advice and help you on your digital marketing journey. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support these last few months. I appreciate it, and I'm so excited to help you all in your digital marketing careers for 2020.